So I created a little dashboard where I was able to check off tasks and have them show up on the left over here. And it kind of created a little bit of an animation. Go ahead and make tasks more satisfying. So let's go into how I did that. So how this works is it basically uses a simple formula to go ahead and have that happen. So you just have a little system where you have all the things that you completed pop up in this area section over here. Ideally, these are tasks and these are areas. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this and make it back from scratch. Alright, so let's go ahead and create our page. We have satisfying tasks. I'm going to do a backend like I usually do. And we're going to have two databases here. One is going to be areas, and this is going to be all areas. And then we are going to have our tasks database, and this is going to be all tasks. So tasks, all tasks. And I'm going to go ahead and rename these a little bit so that I make sure I'm linking the correct database. So satisfying tasks, example, it's a little loud. And we're going to do the same thing for the tasks. Go here, grab this, put it here. Okay, then two things I'm going to need here since it's their tasks is I'm going to need a done button. This one's going to be relatively simple, so it's just going to be a checkbox. I'm going to push this all the way over to the left and shrink this so it's just the checkbox. And for now, I'm just going to leave it as last edited time, and I'm just going to call this the completed time. Right, and then we're going to go back to the back end, and then I'm going to go to areas, and I'm just going to go ahead and link this to my tasks example, and I'm just going to say tasks. Two-way relation, it's going to be area, singular, and I'm going to go ahead and add that relation. So let's go ahead and add in some examples. Alright, so I created a bunch of sample ones, and I'm just going to go ahead and put all of these in. Okay, so I have all of these set, and then I'm going to jump into areas just to clean these three up. And I'm just going to make this a little briefcase. So we have these three areas, we have these 6 or 7 tasks, and we are going to create the final thing, which is going to be a formula inside areas that lets us see what we're dealing with in terms of what we've completed today and kind of see that satisfying example. Last thing I'm going to do just to make this easier to see for me is I'm going to group it into the different areas. So let's go into areas and break down the formula that we're using for this example. So I'm going to go ahead and create a formula, and then I'm going to call it completed today. So these are essentially all the things that I've completed today, and they're going to sit here in this little formula section. So what am I doing here, right? So I want to see all the tasks that have been completed and that have been completed today. So I'm going to use two properties from tasks. So one of them is going to be, let's look at the properties of tasks using the map function. We're going to do current dot completed time, and then the second property that we're going to use is current dot done. All right, so those are the two properties we're going to use, and we are going to use a filter to go ahead and take those tasks and figure out which ones we've completed today. So for those tasks, I want to do current dot done, and I'm going to say equals true. I think you can use it like that. Yeah, okay. And then I'm also going to say current dot completed time equals today. And since it's just today, we can use the equals like that, and I'm going to say and hopefully this works. Done. Oh, that done. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that and see if it works by marking those tasks as complete. So I'm going to jump in to the front end actually, and I'm going to go set everything up so that I can see what I've completed. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 2-column approach similar to what we had in the other example, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a linked database to the areas that we just created. We want to look at it in a gallery view, and I'm going to hide this. I'm going to make the page content none. I'm going to make the card size small, and actually it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to show the page icon. And then I'm going to make sure to wrap all properties as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and show the properties of just completed today. And then this is going to be all areas. Same thing on the other side. Well, not same thing, but we're going to link the database as well. we're going to do tasks here, and then we are going to go ahead and show a list view, since that's what I liked seeing earlier, and then I'm going to see all tasks here, or incomplete tasks would be a better name for this specific view. Okay, page icon, no database, and close, and I want to see one property, and that's going to be the done property. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if this works. So if I said submit timesheet, does it pop up down here? Okay, so something is wrong, and let's go ahead and double check what that is. So completed today, for some reason we're not seeing this, so we should be seeing, okay, so let's go ahead and see if this is true, right? So let's go ahead and double check that both of these properties are working. So do we have any, so for some reason it seems like the current.completed time equals today isn't working. So let's go ahead and see if we can double check what's going on here. What if we just get the date from here? Okay, that's not what I want either. Is there a way to... Okay, so we can do that. So let's go ahead and format this. And so that I just... So let me show you what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to format the date so that I just get the day value. So that's going to be, we can just do something simple, mmddyyyy, and that should tell us what the day is, right? So instead of filter, I'm going to do a map real quick. We're just going to see 11/25/2024, 11/25/2024. Okay, so I'm going to filter it, and then I'm going to double check this against today, and I'm going to format today's date as well. And I'm going to see whether it's equivalent to this value. So what this does is I'm just formatting it so I see it as something like today, and I'm just making sure that in this format it's also going to be compared to the completed time value. So mmddyy, this is going to be 11/25/2024. This is also going to be 11/25/2024 for today. So since those values are equal, it tells me that this was completed today. The reason it wasn't working earlier is because completed time has the time associated with it, and today doesn't have the time associated with it, so those values are not necessarily equal. Okay, final thing is the thing I deleted earlier, which is current.done, and I need to make sure that that value is true. And we need to make sure that we're actually choosing the done property here. And this should work now, and we can see what we wanted to see earlier. So we see submit timesheet here. Let's just double check that everything is working here. And I'm able to see that the satisfying tasks are completed. Let's go ahead and do one last thing that I didn't have earlier, which is a button to reset these tasks so that I can start a new day or reset all the tasks. So I'm going to create a button, and I'm going to call this daily reset. And I'm just going to edit pages in the tasks database. And I'm going to make it so that all the dones are set to unchecked when this button is clicked. If I do a daily reset there, everything is set to unchecked, and I can go ahead and call this button arrow. I'm trying to get this. Okay, yeah, perfect. So now we have a quick way to have some satisfying tasks, complete our things, and reset them when they're done. I can also go ahead and filter this, since it's supposed to be just incomplete tasks. I can go ahead and filter it to things that haven't been completed. Or sorry, things that, no, that was right. Okay, let's save that for everyone and go ahead and double check that it works. Submit timesheet, push date, dishes, and I finished everything for the day and it's all complete. Daily reset, everything is back in session. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please go ahead and like and comment down below anything you found interesting from this video, and I'd love to see you as one of our subscribers for this channel if you're interested in interesting things like this.